Yeah.
What?
Oh no. LiftTheChucks.com has the juice.
In this position here, again, maybe I could have went around. Maybe I could have did something to really secure more of that round. But instead, tactically, I wanted to make him work, so I let him up. You know? I'm like, come up. What's up, everybody? Henry Cejudo here, aka Triple C, or should I say Double C? Nah, I like Triple C a little bit better. Anyhow, guys, today I want to go over my fight with Aljamain Sterling. That's right, I said it. My fight with Aljamain Sterling. Guys, there's a lot of mistakes that I made, but there's also a lot of things that I did do. But who is it that really won? Guys, this wouldn't be brought to you by our sponsor, the best sponsor in the world. That's right, lifted trucks. When you guys want a nice lifted truck, you guys may be a short king like me, but on the street, you guys could be the king of the damn jungle. I'm breaking my fight down with Aljamain Sterling. I'm gonna be honest, since I like to critique the world, why not critique me? What is it that I did right, and what is it that I did wrong? Enough talk, let's take it to the big screen. So here we have it. I mean, guys, as much as I like to analyze and critique people, guess what, guys? I'm gonna do it to myself. Yep, that's right, you heard it. And I have to be 100% honest with myself, because this is the only way that I am eventually gonna get better and come back and retain that title. Let's hit the play button. Here we have it. Short Kings till we die. But I want you to pause it. But I also want you guys to think. I mean, look at the difference in the bulk here. You know, you look at the arms, and I mean, look at the girth. Like, just because you're tall doesn't mean you're actually bigger. I mean, you can be bigger in other areas. Back. Let's hit the play button. Look at the size of this head too in comparison to this little freaking Skittle head. Yeah, right away. Aljamain right away came out. And we knew that he wanted to come and kind of set the pace, the lead. Yeah, but that's how I've always fought. It's not karate. This isn't karate. This is yeah, and this is how Aljo typically does start. He starts. Yeah, so right now, man, around this point, I'm still kind of trying to figure out. You know, I always like to fill people out. It depends. It depends on the technique. It depends on the game plan. But right now, I'm still kind of like in that phase where I'm like, you know, trying to read something, but still yet stay in position. See how far back he goes. But right here, whenever I do lock hands, as soon as you break distance with me, like I transition. That's something that I do very, very well. You know, I'm looking for things, I'm feeling things, I'm detecting things. And then once I lock my hands here, I want you guys to see the strength. Just bear hug him straight to his back. This is where I could have scorpioned. I believe I do scorpion his bottom leg here. Yeah, so right here, I have the scorpion. I have him locked up. I'm kind of, the plan wasn't to take him down too early, because he wanted to make him work. And there's one thing that Aljamain Sterling does do well, is he does like to play the bottom game. He does like to play possum, whether he's on all fours or actually on his back. And that's the way he recovered. But these takedowns count as points too. I'm thinking just control, maybe here a little bit. I could have started ground and pounding. But I want to kind of figure Aljo out a little bit, you know. Like I was still thinking, you know what? I prefer him to be on my feet, because I don't feel like I've done enough yet to really start damaging off the takedowns, and I could be wrong. Yeah, but if there's one thing that Aljamain did do very well after he got up, he came in press. You know, which is really good because you have to do that. And I was planning on going to that body lock once again. Yeah, see, I was back on that 3/4, but again, I could have maybe got around him and started to maybe damage a little bit more. But this is where Aljo kind of surprised me a little bit. And this is where maybe I should have took him a little more serious rather than just relaxing. Because I know up to a minute 30 that I'm winning this round. I mean, that takedown, the control that I had on top. You guys hear the crowd chanting, Henry, Henry. They really didn't like Aljo. And this was more likely where is it that Aljamain actually stole the round. He stole the round towards the end. You know, little knees like that. They weren't doing anything, but little things like that actually score. You know, Aljamain's pressure against the cages is where he's best at. Stole the round, man. You know, with this pressure, you know. You know, that first round has to, you know, Aljamain did a good job of actually stealing the round. Mistakes that I made in that first round, I should have punished him. Actually, throughout the whole fight, I should have punished him when he was at all fours, rather than making him, you know, come up. Yeah, head. Beautiful, because I was already kicking Aljo to the body to eventually come up to the head. Boom. Right there. You see? I'm going low, 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 and eventually surprise Aljo straight to the head. Could have threw it. Covering distance, but I'm really not doing anything. So this is the second high kick that I catch Aljamain in this round. Boom, boom, dip down, caught him. Ooh, that's another right hand. That's another right hand. That's another right hand that ended up catching Aljo. Boom, level change, boom, right there. Yeah. So right now, after watching round one and round 1 and 2, round 1 obviously Sterling stole at the very end. I'll give him that. He did a good job. You know, controlling me and keep me pressed against the cage, throwing them knees. Round 2, I was able to get 2 nice high kicks, flush to the face with a couple right hands, and I just feel like, you know, that's what it was. You know, so right now we're going into the third round, but it's 1-1 going into the third. Yeah, start off with the leg kick. Look, I think starting off in the third, I knew that I just had to press, but Sterling did do a good job of staying active. Yep, knee, and then right hand. Watch, leg kick. Oof. Knee, right hand. So right now the way this fight is going, it's like you can already see that I'm kind of you see, this is the area where I was like, look, I told him get up. Because I was trying to, you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people telling me, why don't you do that? Because Aljamain's just chilling. Like he's recovering here. He did it in the Peter Yan fight. So to me, I told the team, I was like, he's going to be in these positions. I'm going to make him get up. But it's also a position where maybe I should have just damaged him and took a top control and hurt him. Yeah, so right here. So like, again, man, like this is an area, like looking back at the fight that I wouldn't be at. But this right here, leaning my head over here is a no-no. You know, and that was a solid knee by Aljamain. You know, little mistakes that you know that you cannot, that I cannot do that. And then he throws it. I really didn't feel it though. I almost feel like I got a lot of his thigh, but either way, I mean, it's a score. You know, and right now he's controlling the pace for about a good, I don't know how long that's been, but he's had me against this cage for quite a second now. You know, look, he's not even locked, but he's just pressing. He's just pressing, and he's holding on with he's holding me up with this pressure. Yeah, right now what Sterling's doing is just buying time. Like he's just being active, nothing necessarily, you know. Sterling's a competitor, man. I didn't give him credit before, but I think that's what makes him good. He has a good feel of where the fight's at, and you know, and part of it has to do with acting. You know, BS aside, like the dude is, you know, the dude has a feel of competition, and I gotta tip my hat in this position here. Again, maybe I could have went around. Maybe I could have did something to really secure more of that round. But instead, tactically, I wanted to make him work, so I let him up. You know? You know, I'm like, come up. And again, they're talking about how is it that you end the round. I mean, you know, beautiful inside trip. You know, I mean, and this is a legit takedown. Like the other, I'm not saying the other ones weren't takedowns, but being against the cage. So watch as I direct him. Watch how I pull him to this side, get him heavy on that lead leg, to eventually hook, get the head to the outside, to be able to get the takedown. And this is where, again, man, I go back and I be like, man, I should have. This is the time to really steal the round and really just start throwing and controlling. But I will say this, I did end round 3 on top. You know, to me, this is the question mark round. You know what I'm saying? Because really, Aljamain just had me. He was just holding me against the cage. So I think out of all the rounds that you really want to kind of question, so far, it is round 3. Yeah, super competitive. Good exchange, man. You know, Sterling was doing a good job with the hands. Boom. Caught Sterling again with another knee. Yeah, watching round 4, I feel like this is where Sterling had, I think this is Sterling's best round. I mean, I've only watched it once, right after the fight at 3 in the morning. But, you know, Sterling's clearly winning round 4. This is his best round. Yeah, I remember locking up this cradle. And I had it locked up and I was kind of relaxing a little too much. And then this is what happens right here. This is where you got to give credit where credit is due. Again, everything goes back to the cage. Everything goes back to the cage. I had it locked up. He used the cage to peek out. I mean, the strength. I mean, look. I mean, I had it locked, but I typically, you don't want to over squeeze in a position because you're going to drain yourself. But in this position here, like I had kind of like a little relaxed lock, and I probably shouldn't have done that. Probably could have done something different. But look what he's doing. Yep. He just came up, but again, everything's against the cage. And I'm trying to do my best to not give up the takedown. Yeah, he stole it. He stole that round in a position where potentially round 4 I could have done something. I could have been on top of him and maybe, you know, thrown, hurt. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I lost that round. I lost that freaking round. And it sucks, and it hurts, and it hurts just thinking about it. You know, you need this round. Like I think pretty much both corners knew it was probably 2-2 going into the fifth. I felt like the takedown at the very end of the third could have won me the round. You know, two of the judges actually gave me, but really the determining factor in this fight is this round right here, the fifth. I plead the fifth. A lot of what I'm getting in this round 5. I mean, a lot of this fight, I feel like I got more of the quality punches, whether they were straight kicks or even the takedowns. But I also have to give Sterling credit where I have to give it to him, because he was more active. And there's nothing really that Aljamain's doing. There's nothing really that Aljamain's doing that's really significant. Like I'm really trying to understand what is it that Derek Cleary saw in this fight, saw in this match, especially with this here. Takedown, cradle control. You know, snatched the leg, pulled out. Look at this. And this is and you know, he's a little flexible, but you gotta bum rush people. Sometimes you gotta make the takedowns dirty. Yeah, knee. I could have been kneeing here at the time, in a little bit, but yeah, and he's right. I should have. I could have released and really made that round, even though Derek Cleary didn't give it to me. I could have been a little more decisive too with how I did it. You know, overall, man, I'm not happy with the fight. The way that I fought. I mean, there's a lot of things that I would do different. I mean, obviously, especially now knowing that I damn lost, but there's a lot of opportunities where is it that I could actually get better. You know, and particularly in that fight, because I am experienced and it has been 3 years. But there's no excuse, man. If that's what the judges thought, I mean, I think the craziest thing is if there's a swing run out of all of them, I give it to round 3. But all 3 judges saw me winning the 3rd round. The question is this 5th round, especially with that takedown. I mean, how is it that you count it? But like I said, guys, I'll take the L. I will learn from the L. It was a competitive fight, and I just feel like it's really added fuel to my fire. You know, I've always said it, and I will continue to always live by this, is if I don't win decisively, then maybe I don't deserve to win. You see? And I think that's what's made me special. I mean, yeah, you can have razor close fights like I did with Demetrius at UFC 227. But man, that's Demetrius Johnson. You know what I'm saying? Like one of the greatest of all time. I'll take a victory over that guy any day of the damn week. That's like fighting John Jones and having a razor close thin victory. But whatever it is, the judges didn't think so. And you know, a lot of people thought I won. I mean, I you know, I'll take it. But at the end of the day, I do have an L. And I can also see why the judges more likely gave the fight to Aljamain. Some people thought it was 4-1. Some people thought I was 2-3, and then some people thought that I actually won. I think my biggest thing is just that 5th, man. I think the 5th kind of bothers me a little bit, just because you know, Derek Cleary was a judge that when I did fight Benavidez, I don't even think he had me winning 1 round. So I don't know if he's not a fan of the. I'm not sure if he's a fan of the cringe or whatever, but this was a super close fight. Yeah, and it hurts. It hurts. A loss hurts me, not because of the loss, but because the opportunities of the things that I've trained that didn't kind of flourish or actually come alive. You know, because to me, it's not just about winning. Winning isn't just winning. You know, there's a lot of people who have won who have actually been robbed that don't feel I don't know. I probably didn't feel like they won. You know, I've gone through this. I remember fighting my last amateur boxing fight, and even though it was a close fight, they gave it to me, but I felt like I had even lost. It's for the same reason. If you don't dominate, if it's not decisive, then then it is what it is. Like I said, man, guys, I take full accountability. I'll take the L. I'll take the loss. It was a competitive fight, and Aljamain himself will tell you that. But it wasn't 4-1. There's no way. I think the swing round out of this whole fight was round 3. The way I ended it with the inside trip. I think there's a lot to be said about that round. But that being said, this has added fuel to the fire. As much as I can give it, I could take it. If there's things that I could do different in that fight, I would, first of all, I wouldn't get too close to that damn cage, because him and Marab, they do a really, really good job of using pressure and taking people down. Because if you really notice, like, everything came from scrambles and against the damn cage, because cage wrestling does change from amateur freestyle wrestling. You see, if you notice, like him. So if I could take things back, I would fight in the center and keep it in the center and press, or have them press, but I would use a little different lateral motions, and I would add a little more fakes. If I, taking them down, put the pounding on him. The dude's a survivor. He's a gamer. He understands the level of competition, and and I think the biggest thing is finish the rounds with the flurry. Make it decisive. Make sure that the last minute that there's no judgment that I didn't lose that round. But like I said, guys, I'll take it in the chin. I will learn from this, and I will come back so much stronger. Guys, this wouldn't be possible without our sponsor, Lifted Trucks. Guys, when you guys want that lifted trucks, you guys want the hydraulics, you guys want that grill, you guys want a lifted vehicle, you guys want a lifted trucks, you guys make sure to go to liftedtrucks.com and get your lift done. Guys, Lifted Trucks has been customizing trucks since 1995. I have Lifted Trucks right now in my driveway, and I may be the short king here, but in the streets, I am the king of the damn jungle. So thank you again for watching, guys. This one hurts. Like I said before, it sucks, but I'll take it in the chin. I'm your host, Henry Cejudo, aka Triple C, and we are out.